What's going on, everyone? Mario here with Nego Prints. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can price your t-shirts. Now, I've noticed that a lot of people have a lot of problems when it comes to pricing their t-shirts. Whether it's to price one shirt or if it's to price 100 shirts, pricing is always an issue. Nobody knows exactly how much to price. And the reason for this is because, honestly, each market is different. But there is more or less of an average that you can go with. So because of that, today's video is going to be focused on how I price my t-shirts and how you can make over 120 bucks an hour. Now, of course, $120 an hour, this is really going to vary depending on the job. It's going to vary by the jobs, but stick with me because this particular job that I'm going to go through, it is paying me $121 per hour of work. So I'm going to break the pricing down for you, and I'm going to show you all of the suppliers that I use to do this. And also, as a bonus, I'm going to show you one of the easiest ways that you can actually price your shirts using a t-shirt profit calculator that I made myself. So first things first, I have a few different clients. One of them hit me up and they told me, look, I need more shirts. Absolutely love the quality of the first run and I need 36 more. It's a front and back print. It's a logo on the chest and information on the back. It's for a company that deals in locks, locksmithing, and all that stuff. So there's a few different ways that we do this job. One of them being the first way that I ever did anything, and that was with heat transfer vinyl. But I'm going to tell you right now, the time is not going to be worth it. Weeding all of those numbers, weeding all of those letters, on top of having to cut everything, I'm not doing that again. I did that in the past. It took me hours upon hours to get jobs done. Jobs that honestly, they should not have taken that long. So I'm totally ruling that out right now. DTG printer, I got rid of it. I don't even want to think about that thing anymore. So that option is off the table too. Sublimation is definitely not going to work because these are navy blue shirts. On top of that, they're cotton. DTF transfers are an option, but because those typically are full color and they always come in gang sheets, they're going to be a bit more expensive than the option that I'm actually going to go with. White toner printer. Yeah, I could do it, but for one, the marrying is going to take a long time. And two, these shirts are going to be used and abused. These are going to be work shirts. These are shirts that people are going to be using all the time and they're going to sweat in. So that is another option that is off the table. While white toner printers like my Uninet iColor 560 are an awesome way to get jobs done, for this job in particular, it is not the most efficient way. So that leaves me with a couple of different options. One of them being screen printing. Now, screen printing ideally would be the best solution. But I don't screen print. And honestly, I don't plan on starting to either. So the next option is one that is just as good, if not better, at least for my particular situation. And that's screen print transfers. Now, these screen print transfers are going to be from TKO Sales. And let me tell you right off the bat, screen printing and screen print transfers, it's the same thing. They're using the same plastisol ink. The only difference is the application. So screen printing, you're going to screen print directly onto the t-shirt. Screen print transfers, you screen print onto a transfer paper, take that transfer paper, let it dry, then put it onto the t-shirt, apply heat with a heat press, and we're done. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be screen printing the transfers. That's going to be TKO's job. So let's run on over to the TKO website and let's start our order. So for this, we're going to be going with the Active Sport. This is going to be their cheapest option in terms of screen print transfers. And honestly, the quality is impeccable. It's absolutely amazing. It feels great, and you'll see what it looks like in just a bit. Now, our sub formula is going to be classic. They also have puff and glow. I'm just going to go with the typical classic. Besides that, the color is going to be white, and we're going to go with a gang sheet. Now, we're going to go with a gang sheet because that's going to be our best option for somewhat smaller runs. Actually, probably even for the bigger ones too. Well, either way, check prices. But in this particular case, this is going to be the best option to be able to print a front and a back print. So for this, we're going to get 36 prints because my customer is ordering 36 shirts. And our sheet size is going to be the biggest. It's going to be a 12.75 by 19 inches. Now, in this case, for 36 transfers, we're going to pay $110, not including shipping. Now, per transfer, that comes out to about $3.08. Again, not including shipping. But the calculator that we're going to use, it will help you take shipping into consideration. Now, the cool thing about TKO Sales is that they just opened, or they're about to open in about like a week or two, their California location. So they're going to have their warehouses in each end of the US. So no matter where you are in the United States, you're going to get the fastest shipping. So if you're closer to Cali, they're going to ship it from Cali. If you're closer to Florida, they're going to ship it from their Florida location. Now, next thing we need to do is go ahead and actually set up our artwork. I use Photoshop. So in my case, I'm going to go ahead and go to File, New, put in the dimensions here, 12.75 by 19. Always make sure that your resolution is at a minimum of 300 and then just go ahead and create. Now, I had already set up the gang sheet previously, but this is the way that I did it. So I sized the back, I put it on the side so that way I could get as big of a print as possible, at least for the shirts that I'm doing. Quick note on that, don't always go for the biggest possible print. A lot of the times if you make it too wide, it'll be harder to press on smaller shirts like a small shirt. And then up at the top, I went ahead and put the front logo. And the other one is pretty much the same thing. It's the front logo, but in a smaller size. So just in case the other one's too big, maybe you can go ahead and use that one. But really, I had done this for a previous job where one was for the front logo while the other was for a hat. But remember, this is a gang sheet. Gang sheet means you can fill it up with as many designs as you want, given that they're all the same color, because in this case, we're doing screen print transfers. If it's a DTF gang sheet, then you can put as many full color designs that you want. So this is what I'm going with. Now, one very important thing to always remember is that this background, always remove it. I have it right now as navy blue just so I can visualize what it's going to look like on a shirt. But if I take it off, it's white. And if I submit it like this, that white background is going to print. Even if the text is black, the text will be black, but it'll also have a white background. It'll come out printed on a white box. So always, always, always go ahead and remove the background. When you go ahead and save, always, always, always save as a PNG. Once that's done, we just got to go ahead and upload our design. Do we need to add art service? So do we need to rasterize the image? Do we need to do anything different to it? No, it's perfectly fine the way it is. I set it up appropriately. And print as is, yeah. I always print as is because I don't need a final review. In my case, I always trust my own artwork. And if it comes out bad, then that's on me. So from here, go ahead and add to cart. Under have a promo code, you can always put my code, Neko Prints, and you get 10% off. So instead of 110, it'll come out to 99 bucks. So it's just under 100. Then once we proceed to the checkout, we can go ahead and choose our shipping. Like I said, cheapest one is going to be about 13 bucks. So here we have $13. But again, this could really depend on where you live. So in total, we're going to be paying $123.45. So let's go ahead and take this information, how much we're running over to our t-shirt profit calculator, which is what I mentioned earlier. Now, if you want access to this, I have it on my website over at nekoprints.com, and it's just $1. It makes everything a lot easier, trust me. But if you don't want to buy it, then I totally understand. The easiest way to go about this, honestly, is simply by pretty much doubling how much you're paying for your shirt, for the entire shirt or for the entire print. So if the shirt costs you $5 and each print costs you $5, this is just an example, it'll be $10 per shirt. Now, those $10, go ahead and double it, sell up shirt at 20 bucks, and there you have your $10 profit. Now, this is on average. This is what a lot of people do. A lot of people that don't necessarily know exactly how to price their shirts, this is the way that they go about it. And honestly, a lot of the times it works. But if you can get the profit calculator, it's super easy to use. It makes everything a lot easier. And again, it's only $1. The link to this is in the description below. So total number of transfers we have, or total transfer cost, is $123.45. Number of transfers for this is going to be 36 transfers. Now let's go ahead and check out our shirts. So the shirts, you can get your shirts wherever it is that you get them, but I always get my shirts over at SupaSoft Apparel. That's actually what I'm wearing right now. I absolutely love these shirts. They have a premium feel to them. They're super soft. All of the stitching is on point. None of the shirts so far have come with any issues, no rips, no tears, nothing. And customer service, hands down the best. I used to use Next Level all the time, and I love Next Level. They're a great brand. But SupaSoft, sorry guys, SupaSoft just took #1 place. So for this, I'm going to be going to supasofapparel.com, and I'm going to log in. I do have a wholesale account. Now, this is one thing that you need to keep in mind. If you don't have a wholesale account with SupaSoft, then you can go ahead and create one and you'll get the prices that I'm about to show you. But if you don't, then they are going to be a lot more expensive and you're not going to be able to make the same profits that I'm talking about. But you can go to any other website, something like, let's say, Jiffy Shirts or SS Activewear, and source your shirts through there. So once I'm signed in to my wholesale account, I'm just going to go to click on tees. Then I'm going to look for their classic, the Jersey T-shirt Premium. This is the one that I'm wearing right now. It's their most basic shirt. Now we're going to do navy. As far as navy, we're going to do just one color all warehouse. This doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and choose our sizing. So 12 medium, 24 large. I always like to order a couple extras. So just at least one and one of each, then add to cart. Now, once you're going through the checkout process, we can go ahead and put a coupon code. For this, I also have a coupon code. So you can use code NEKOPRINTS10 and you'll get 10% off your first order. Now, unfortunately, I can't use it because I've already used it before. So in my case, I'm going to be paying $129. Let's go ahead and check out our shipping details. So shipping in this case is going to be $22.83. This is shipping from California all the way down to Miami. So we're doing a total of $152.41. So under t-shirt cost, let's do $152.41. Total number of shirts, 36 shirts. Well, I mean, technically it's 38, but I kind of just take the hit of the price of those two just in case. And then I put them in my inventory and I keep them for next time. So I am just going to go ahead and put 36. And in total, our job cost is going to be $275.86. That's how much we're going to pay for the entire job, including shipping, t-shirts, and prints. Price per shirt, we're going to be paying $4.23 per t-shirt. Here, we can go ahead and put an hourly rate if we choose to do so. Some people might want to do this, some people might not. Typically, I don't do this, but again, to each their own. Pretty much what this will do is, let's say you have an hourly rate of $50 an hour. You can go ahead and do the hourly rate, how long it's going to take you to do it, or how much you think it's going to take you to do it. In my case, 20 shirts typically takes me about an hour or so. So job time, 2 hours. Hourly total, we're making $100 an hour, and that just gets added to the total profits down here. But again, I'm not doing that. So overall, this is what we can charge for our shirts. This is broken down by percentage, and it increases by 10%. So if we want 0% as a profit, then we're pretty much just going to be at the total job cost, which is $275.86. $275.86 is what we'll charge. In this case, though, this is when you would use the hourly rate calculator. So those $100, they'll go on top of that. You remember how I said earlier that what a lot of people generally do is simply double the price of what they paid for the materials. So double the price of what they paid for the entire shirt. So that's pretty much what I'm doing here. Now, everything is broken down by percentage again. And here we're going to see that if we want to charge double, we're going to be charging $15.33 for a total price of $551.72. Now, our profit in that case is going to be $275.86. Now, breaking that down between 2 hours of work, so 275.86, divide that by 2 hours, we're making about $137. That's not that bad. That's actually really good. That's more than I originally calculated. But with that being said, you can adjust your pricing as you see fit. If if it's somebody that you know, if it's somebody that typically gives you work, then you can give them a bit more of a break and you can decrease the price by a little bit. Or if it's somebody that's new, you can increase it, however it is that you want to do it. But on average, these are going to be the prices that you can charge. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and tell my customer it'll be $15.33 per shirt. I'll most likely just round it down to $15 a shirt. So 15 times 36 comes out to $540. Now, $540 minus our total job cost, which as we see here is $275.86. $264.14 divided by 2 hours of work, $132.07. So as you see, pricing your jobs, it's not that hard. It's not that complicated, even if you don't have this calculator, which I highly recommend because, again, it does make it easier. But if you don't have the calculator, just do it this way. Go back over to TKO. So first take your $123.45. Then we're going to go ahead and run back over to SupaSoft, and we're going to add in how much we're paying here, $152.41. So in total, our job cost, like we said earlier, over here, $275.86. $275.86. Now, in this case, what we want to do is double it. So times 2. So that comes out to $551.72. Now divide that by the number of shirts that you have. So 36 comes out to about $15.32. Or actually, no, it is $15.33, $15.32 rounded. And then from here, you can just go ahead and do what I said. Round it off. Don't do the $15.32, just do $15. Multiply that by your 36 shirts. Grand total is $540 for your customer. See how easy that was? It's not that complicated. Now, when you start to get more and more orders or bigger and bigger orders, then pricing is also going to be adjusted more. So let's say a customer comes to me and they tell me I need 100 shirts. Same front and back, one color. I'm not going to charge them $15 per shirt. All of the material is going to be cheaper. Not necessarily the shirts, but the way that we're going to print them is. So I went ahead and adjusted the numbers. So instead of 36 screen prints, I'm doing 100. So in this case, as you can see, it's not too much more. It's $189. Now, as far as the shirts, I did the same thing. I put 100 shirts rather than the 36. So in this case, it comes out to $341. So $341 for the shirts, 100 shirts, $189, 100 transfers. Grand total, $530 for the job cost. Price per shirt, look at that. You see, it's cheaper, $3.41 versus the $4 and change. And again, this also includes all of the shipping. So in this case, we can go ahead and check out the suggested pricing, look at the double, and all right, $10. $10 to $11, that would seem pretty appropriate. Now you can bring down the price if you want, put it at about $8, and you'll be making $265 still, which broken down per hour, I would say this job would probably take me, what, like 4 or 5 hours to complete. So doing $8, let's see, $265 total profit divided by, we said about 5 hours of work on the high end. We would still be making some pretty good money. We'd be making $53 an hour. But if we were to go with the suggested pricing, because again, front and back print, not just front or not just back, then $530 is the total profit. Then let's take this example at the 477 because that's the closest. So 477 divided by 2 hours of work, $238 per hour. That's quite nice. Remember, the pricing can vary depending on what shirts you buy. So again, I'm using SupaSoft. SupaSoft is my favorite shirt, but if you want something that's somewhat comparable, that's going to come out to about the same price, and you don't have a wholesale license or anything like that, we can go to All Day Shirts, which the link to that is going to be in the description below. Quick note, that is an affiliate link, so if you make a purchase, I'll get a small commission from it. But we can go ahead and run over to All Day Shirts. You get free shipping on orders over $49, so that's already a huge plus. And let's go with one of my other favorites, the Gildan Soft Style. Gildan Soft Styles are awesome simply because, one, they're soft. They feel great. Two, they're Gildans, so they're not that expensive, even at full retail price. And here, check it out, $2.69 in navy. So, okay, colors start at $3.39. So still, that's not that bad. The pricing that we're getting for these shirts in color is going to be pretty comparable to what we're getting at SupaSoft. So let's just do this one more time. So for this, I'm just going to go with the basic. Let's just do an Excel, do 100 of them. Click on add to cart. And here we have standard shipping is free. Fast shipping is $10. Let's just go with the free shipping. Let's see how much our taxes are going to be. Let's just do guest checkout for now. We're not going to be getting charged tax. So in total, it is $345. So let's go ahead and run over here. T-shirt cost, $345 for 100 shirts. We're only paying, what, like $4 more? Then our price per shirt is going to be at $345, and we still have some pretty comparable pricing to the last option with the SupaSoft premium shirts. So there you have it. If you have a wholesale license, run on over to SupaSoft, create a wholesale account, and check out their shirts. And remember to use code NECOPRINCE10 to get 10% off your first order. If you don't have your license, run on over to All Day Shirts, look for the Gildan Soft Styles, and get those instead. Pricing is going to be extremely similar. Like you saw, it's only a couple bucks difference. As far as the transfers, TKO Sales is always going to be my go-to. They have the best transfers along with the absolutely hands down best customer service. So because of that, I recommend them fully 100%, which you can use my code NECOPRINCE to get 10% off your first order there as well. And if you want to check out the t-shirt pricing calculator, that is over at my website, necoprince.com. The link to that is in the description below. So what did you think of today's video? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Is pricing something that you've struggled with? Is it something that you find easy? Is it something that just comes natural to you because you're good at math? I suck at math. I failed all 4 years in high school. Had to do night school. It was horrible. Thankfully, I had some pretty cool teachers that were just like, yeah, whatever, you're good. But besides the point, let me know down in the comments below what you thought of today's video and what you think of the t-shirt pricing calculator and just pricing overall. Huge thank you to everyone for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. As always, make sure you smash that like button. If you made it this far, you love the video, hit that subscribe button, ring that little bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. And with that, my name is Mario with NECOPRINCE. Catch you guys next time. Peace.